All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Our best buy of the day is right now.
You never know what we're going to do on the Monday night show, but here's a sneak peek. There'll be more than a few surprises.
I need help, send everyone.
And weekly guest challenges. But don't forget about the great products. Tune in 7 p.m. on Monday or visit hsn.com and search Monday Night Show for more.
It's the start of the season and our host's favorite time of the year. Join us for 2 days of holiday fun.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to jive and sing the night away.
With 5 flex pay on everything and gifts for everyone on your list, it really is the best way to holiday. Holiday Host Pick, live all day starting Friday, only on HSN.
This is so exciting. We can't wait to tell you all about it. It is the Coenzyme Q10. It is not only Andrew's top seller, top reorder, it is everybody's favorite product. And once a year, we pull out all the stops. Andrew brings us his biggest, best value of the year. And what we're doing tonight is something that only happens for one day. And that's where Andrew adds vitamin D3 to the formula for free. You get a full vitamin D3. Like, for example, in the largest one, the vitamin D3 alone would be more than $100 worth. So here's what your choices are. I'll show you. It's really easy and it's very straightforward. If you don't want vitamin D3 in the formula, that is an option for you. You can get just a regular Coenzyme Q10, no problem. That is available.
Still best pricing ever.
Best pricing ever. But if you want vitamin D3, and hello, I do, because now I don't have to buy vitamin D3. That's one product now you don't have to buy. It's in the capsule.
And part of the reason I did this is I didn't do a Today Special. 2 years ago, in October, we did a CoQ10 Today Special. Then a week later, we did a Vitamin D Today Special. We didn't do a Vitamin D Today Special this year, so I figure the vitamin D is going to be free. And I always say this is our anniversary. This is when I get to thank everyone for making this all possible, for supporting us. We don't have an advertising budget. We're not in stores. You make it possible. So this is a product where I thank you, where our CoQ10 is less than 10% the cost it was 33 years ago. Not 10% less. 10% the cost, less than 10% the cost. And we'll show you that on some charts. So the vitamin D is free. You get our CoQ10 200, its best price ever, or you get 1,000 IU of vitamin D or 2,000 IU of vitamin D. Same exact price, your choice, and, and the savings are there.
And we'll show you. And most of us are doing the vitamin D3 2000 in the formula. Why not?
Which that's another chart that shows the savings of that.
Exactly. I'm going to show you guys that. So this is just the basic, the size you choose. You want a 50, a 100, a 200, a 400, or a 600 cap supply. So that's the size you're choosing. Here is the regular pricing. The savings is unbelievable on this. $169.90 to get 600 capsules. Normally, we would sell 400 capsules for $269. Check that out. You are getting 600 capsules, and I take 2 a day, so if you take 2 a day.
600 capsules for a little bit more than the price of the 200 capsules normally.
Almost 3 times. So you're saving $230 today.
Add in the savings and the large size of the vitamin D, and I think that's the next chart.
Actually, here, I'm going to show you this one right here. It's right here. Because you're right. I was looking at this before I came out here, and I thought, this is pretty cool, because look at just the vitamin D by itself. Look at that. So if you're doing, the vitamin D, that by itself is $108.17. So the CoQ on its own to get 600 capsules is almost $400. But then the vitamin D is another over $100 worth. So to get this today for $169.90, you're actually, this is really your saving. If you're buying these 2 products separately, that really is what the savings amounts to down here.
So, and by the way, so if all you wanted to get was vitamin D, and by the way, in each capsule, you're getting 300 milligrams of our unique non-acidic vitamin C. Also in each capsule, you're getting the most sophisticated B12 in the world. It's methylcobalamin. It's a natural coenzyme form of B12. It's protected for absorption, so it is orally delivered. Most people think the only way B12 benefits you is with getting a shot. No. Or an IV? No. B12 can be orally delivered if it's delivered correctly, as we do. So you get a full B complex with our unique B12, with our unique also folic acid as well. As I said, 300 milligrams of vitamin C, and you get the 200 milligrams of CoQ10. And if you choose to, you get 1,000 or 2,000 IU of vitamin D3. Any couple of the ingredients in here are worth the investment, and that's what I was saying before. Most times I would say if you're going to take one of my products, you should take, say, our 1 capsule a day multivitamin. But this product, if you're going to take one of my products daily, this is the one. If you're only going to swallow 1 capsule a day, because this has basically become a multivitamin.
Right.
Full B complex with B12 and our unique folic acid. In addition, a high potency vitamin C. In addition, a high potency vitamin D. In addition, what I think is the most important single nutrient to add to a multivitamin, Coenzyme Q10. It basically is a vitamin and the most important, I think, to supplement. So you get all of those, and when it comes to how your body functions, this goes directly to how your key organs can function at their very best. This goes directly in the most common sense and logical fashion to producing energy more efficiently. And if you look at folks who are struggling with fatigue and struggling with energy production, in general, you're looking at folks who struggle with their CoQ10 levels. So we'll get into more of the science in a moment, but there's no more important single capsule than I make, as important as all my products are. This one is so chock full of beneficial ingredients that doctors are recommending: vitamin D, special form of B12, full B complex, vitamin C, and CoQ10, because, by the way, if you take diuretics, if you take beta blockers, drugs for blood pressure, if you take statin drugs for lowering cholesterol, they all lower your CoQ10 levels. So if you're wondering why those drugs have as a side effect fatigue, it's very easy to understand when you understand what CoQ10 does in terms of energy production in your body.
Okay, I'm being told that already the formula that has the vitamin D3 2000 is what we're all ordering. No kidding. Because first of all, I take the vitamin D3 2000 every single day. I buy that as a separate supplement, take 2 of those every single day. Well, guess what? Now you're getting 600 capsules of that for free, for no charge, if you order the one, you just pick the formula. You can have 1,000. A lot of us take the 2,000.
It's not an extra capsule. It's blended in.
It's in the capsule.
Right.
2,000 in the capsule. So that is why we're excited today, because you have a chance to save a lot. That's one supplement. You get, it's like buying 600 extra capsules of the vitamin D3 2000. That is in the formula, or the 1,000, or if you don't need the D3, then just get the regular Coenzyme Q10, however you want to slice it here. It is the greatest value ever of all time. It does not get better than this on Andrew's most celebrated product. It is a must-have product. Every single cell in your body needs this. Every cell needs it to be alive. It's all about cellular energy, and it's most highly concentrated in the most important organs in our body. So this is a must-take for all of us. I want to show you something. If we were going to take you back, because Andrew's been here 21 years, let's go back to 2000, to the year 2000. Because when Andrew said that you're spending now 10% of what you did years ago, this is when we were selling CoQ10 between the year 2000 and the year 2006.
It was already cheaper then.
It was.
That's already
this
a
is
better
the latest chart. They don't go back farther than that for me.
So,
but here, so we're only going back, you're right, to 2000. We're only going back 17 years ago.
Right.
We're not going back
to 2006. We're going back 11 years ago.
Exactly, 11 years ago. And look at this. So let's take you down to the 600 cap, because obviously this is our today's special price today. Back then, if we were selling 600 capsules with this, again, these ingredients, you would be spending $1,552. Look at the savings if we take you back to 2006. So when I don't even know how you do this. I mean, seriously,
no.
You know, when you think about the world of inflation, nothing in our world goes down that much in price.
As I was joking about in my blog that I wrote, that if it would be like whatever car you bought 33 years ago, if you could buy it now for 10% of the price. 10%. So I'd be buying a car today for less than $200,
right,
which would be a really good thing. It doesn't
right.
cost that much to put gas in a car now, practically. So it's exciting for me that one of my most expensive ingredients that was out of the reach of a lot of people is now a high potency version of it at 200 milligrams with vitamin D, with vitamin C, with our special B12 folate B complex, is now pennies a day. I think it comes to 20-something cents per capsule.
Yeah, I think it's like 26 cents or something.
That capsule 33 years ago would have been more than $2 each. And that would have been a great value 30 plus years ago. So the fact that we have able, and in fact, many in the industry will say the reason why CoQ10 has become so affordable is because I've communicated the message of its importance. So it went from being a fringe little ingredient to being something that became popular enough that it was able to be manufactured affordably. And that's what we do once a year here. We really manufacture it as efficiently as possible for everyone so that we make this incredibly important ingredient within everyone's reach. And certainly at 20 cents or so a day, I mean, that's probably in a week, it still costs less than a cup of coffee.
Right.
So for 2 weeks, it barely costs, you could get for a month, it costs like a smoothie at a smoothie place today. So it's become from being a really expensive ingredient, but the important thing is, as affordable as it's become, we have not compromised the quality at all. It's even more pure, more natural today than ever. And what's great, it's just as beneficial. In fact, the only thing that's happened in the last 33 years, since I first brought CoQ10 to America, because I don't know of anyone else who was offering CoQ10 in their products back 33 years ago.
We'd never heard of it. Nobody had ever heard of it.
And at the time, when I was bringing CoQ10 to America, it was very interesting that it was a very expensive ingredient. I had to beg to have them give it to me in small quantities because I was a tiny little company. But I knew how important this ingredient was, and they heard my passion, and they allowed me to gradually go through, at that time, educating doctors about the importance of CoQ10. And that's how it all started. And 33 years later, this is now recognized by cardiologists, by doctors, that it's critically important that most of the medications we take, such as diuretics or beta blockers for blood pressure, things for statin drugs to lower cholesterol, they lower our CoQ10. And as I said before, one of the first side effects you read of any of those medications is fatigue. And CoQ10 is at the very center of cellular energy production. So it's no wonder if we're taking medications that have implications for our CoQ10 levels, that one of the first things we observe is fatigue.
There we go. I'm going to show you one more time. It's very simple. All you're doing is picking, everybody's getting the finest CoQ10 in the world. You decide if you want a vitamin D3 in the formula. You can order it without vitamin D. You can order it with 1,000, vitamin D3 1000, or vitamin D3 2000. Most of us are ordering this. The vast majority of people are ordering the vitamin D3 2000 formula. Why? Because that is like truly like buying a separate vitamin D product. It is identical. The same product we buy as a separate bottle, 600 capsules of that. That is just, Andrew has just put that in here. We didn't do it for today's special this year. So that's like getting a free Today Special. It's like getting this product that's essential ingredient we all need to be taking. Vitamin D3, Andrew calls it a pandemic. That is how deficient.
Well, I don't call it that.
Right, the experts call it that.
The National Institute of Health calls vitamin D deficiency. We don't need to overdose on vitamin D. We need to take a minimum of 1,000 daily. I recommend between 2,000 and 4,000 IU daily, and that's going to get you into a healthy blood level range. And of course, get a vitamin D blood level test taken. That's something that every doctor should take, just like they know your cholesterol level. They should know your levels of vitamin D. And just a second ago, there's a chart I just wanted to show everyone. I've been using this chart on television for over 15 years. And it seems like others have only recently discovered the implications for CoQ10 levels if we're taking certain medications like statin drugs. And this is something that obviously it wasn't a mystery. You know, I had this chart 15 years ago, and what this chart speaks about is specifically with bisphosphonate drugs, which are the drugs for osteoporosis or osteopenia, and statin drugs, which are drugs to lower cholesterol. This is how your body makes cholesterol. this is also how your body makes CoQ10. So the same assembly line in your body that makes cholesterol also makes CoQ10.
Oh.
So when you take a drug that interferes with cholesterol synthesis, you're taking a drug that interferes with the creation of CoQ10. Also, beta blockers, blood pressure diuretics, they interfere. Again, our liver has to work to process these drugs and medications, so it's no wonder that where most CoQ10 synthesis is taking place, in our liver, they interfere with CoQ10 synthesis. And again, CoQ10 is inescapably what we need to produce energy. And CoQ10 is one of those great natural, as I say, God-given gifts, because it's one of those things, when you look in your cells, the electrons that we transport to experience energy on a cellular level in our mitochondrion, the best protective compound in those mitochondria to protect it from the fallout of energy production, because just like out in the world, when we produce energy in our body, there's fallout. There's pollution in our body, so to speak. And the fallout from that pollution, CoQ10 protects us from it. And CoQ10 is also what's necessary to transport those electrons to generate the energy. So it's just such an incredibly powerful, wonderful molecule, but sadly, as we get older, our levels decrease. Most of the things we use and abuse in our life, whether it's medications or smoking or alcohol consumption or stress, all conspire to lower our CoQ10 levels. It's no wonder that all of those things are associated, among other things, with fatigue.
It makes sense. I want to show you, and by the way, I would love to ask, if you are new, we're getting a lot of brand new customers joining us. So if you're a brand new customer and you're on the phone, be patient. We'll get somebody with you in a moment. If you can use express ordering, we can get you right in to order. And if you can log on to hsn.com, you can order immediately. So express ordering or hsn.com, zero wait, you can order immediately. If you are waiting to speak with a representative, please be patient. We'll get somebody with you momentarily. All you're choosing is the formula. You want the CoQ10 with the vitamin D3 1000, or what most of us are choosing, because it's not more money. You're not paying more for the vitamin D3 2000 in the formula. It's the same price as the regular CoQ. So if you want to take vitamin D3, boom, order the one with the vitamin D3 in the formula. I'll show you what the sizes are. Most people are going for that 600 because, again, that's a year's supply. At least if you take 2 a day, I take 2 a day, that's a year's supply. So I'm gonna have to get 2 bottles because Carlos and I both take 2 every single day. And now that's one product I don't have to buy for a year. The vitamin D3, I don't have to buy it because it's in here. So that's the good news. 50, 100, 200, 400, 600. Look at your savings. $230, $130. Look at that.
Really,
wow.
It's really $430 if you're considering the vitamin D. If you're getting the vitamin D version, you're really saving. There's a chart that shows, yeah, I think that's it. If you keep going.
Yeah, this one?
There's a chart there that will show the savings if you're getting it with vitamin D. No, it's a chart like the first one that has all of them listed on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
we'll find it.
But suffice to say, you save another $100 on the large size because the vitamin D is free. So when you're getting it today, and basically, as I said, CoQ10, our most popular product, and CoQ10 is more affordable once a year in October than any other time. Unfortunately for me, but not for you, we forgot or we ran out of, we don't have that many Today Specials each year. We didn't do a vitamin D Today Special. So this was a wonderful opportunity. We did this last year and the response was incredible. So we just included the vitamin D for free. So we eliminated a vitamin D Today Special, which happened to be one of our biggest Today Specials, and now you get your CoQ10. So
isn't that nice?
It's a great way for us to say thank you.
Good on you.
These are such important ingredients to think that in one small, easy to swallow capsule, because mind you, my products are 100% pure. That's another thing that distinguishes my products from every other company in the world. There are no additives in our capsule. So the only thing in that capsule are the beneficial ingredients you want. That means a small capsule can deliver a lot of benefit. So we deliver the 200 milligrams of pure CoQ10, 300 milligrams of non-acidic vitamin C. You're also getting 100 micrograms of our special protected B12. You're getting a full B complex also with our methylfolate. So and you're also getting 1,000 or 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 if that's what you choose. So there's no CoQ10 supplement in the world. You simply take that one small, easy to swallow capsule with a meal, and that's when you'll get best absorption.
That's right.
And I'll open a little capsule here.
Yep.
So you can see.
Small, easy to swallow, doesn't upset your stomach.
And one of the most frequent questions I'm asked, that pretty yellow color there, is that an artificial color or is that a natural color? I guess it's a natural color, I have to say. It's just the color of CoQ10.
Right.
That's, I mean, if you were upstairs trying to figure out, the guy upstairs figured out what would be the best color for a high energy ingredient. I think like if you were a graphic designer or an art director, you'd say, probably a bright yellow. So there's probably no brighter yellow than that. And that just happens to be the natural color of ubiquinone, the natural color of the molecule in your body. And it's kind of weird to think in terms of this, but out in the world here, right now, we have lights in the studio, we have energy and power in the studio, but it comes from a power plant that's far away. In our body, every one of our trillions of cells is responsible for its own energy. They cannot share energy with an adjacent cell. Each cell must produce its own energy. Each cell does so by a process of moving electrons. CoQ10 is the indispensable molecule, among others like ATP and ADP and NADH. CoQ10 is the central molecule in transferring those electrons, and in transferring those electrons, that electrical potential, that is our energy. That is our potential to be alive and experience energy. It's that yellow powder. It's hard to believe, and our body on a daily basis can produce a small amount of CoQ10 daily, a few hundred milligrams under stress. As we age, we produce less and less, and that's why it's so important for us to deliver that CoQ10. I've been using CoQ10, taking it for 33 years. It's one of those feel the difference products that I would never, ever contemplate being without, but even more important, the reason I wouldn't be without it is I read all the science on it, and the science is so compelling. And just even a quick chart here before we go to the savings. I just want to, just a quick chart here. And there's hundreds of charts that I'll read today that are just amazing. This is from a scientific journal called Current Neurovascular Research. It was reported that animals supplemented on Coenzyme Q10 may reach a significantly longer mean lifespan, 11.7% higher.
That's a lot.
This is a new chart.
Wow.
A significantly higher maximum lifespan, 24% higher, and increased learning capacity than non-supplemented animals, suggesting that a long-term supplementation with a small dosage of CoQ10 may represent, I don't think good is a good word there.
You think?
I think a great
24% is, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, but it just, the implications from that beyond, we already know the essential role and the essential nature of CoQ10 in all cellular energy production. And just that on an experiential level, how we experience life on a daily basis, it will make a difference. That when you read things like that, it becomes a very easy decision.
No doubt. Okay, by the way, I'm going to find out. I know that the vast majority of people are ordering the one with the D3 2000 in the formula. Actually, of that clicker, the vast majority, or way over half of that number, is the D3 2000 formula. So if you're trying to decide and you want to take D3, you want to stock up on your D3, remember that is, I'll show you, that is a separate D3 product that is now in the capsule. So it's one less capsule you have to take, it's one less thing you have to buy. So I'll show you one more time. So this is an example, the 50, the 120, the 200, the 400, the 600. So the 600, here's the example. $570 is what you would pay if you were buying 600 capsules of the CoQ10, 600 capsules of the vitamin D3, 2000. That, or any of them, vitamin D, that is what you would be spending, $507. Here is your savings. This is really a more accurate chart, because when you look at 400 capsules, if you were buying 400 capsules of the D3 and 400 capsules of the CoQ10, you would be spending $338.61. Today, you're getting that for only $139.90. Look at that, almost $200 savings. So for $169, you could not even buy 200 capsules of each. You're getting triple. You're getting triple for less. How about that? Holy mackerel. I mean, this is like really occurring to me. This is crazy good. No wonder we are all diving in and stocking up. So for anybody who's interested, this is your chance. The best part about it, if you have a minute, go read a few of the reviews. There are over 3,000 perfect, I mean perfect reviews. Out of 3,700 reviews, over 3,400 of those reviews are excellent. The majority are 5-star, and then there's still several hundred 4-star reviews on this product. So this is, as honestly, if you're gonna try something from Andrew, this is the no-brainer. This is where you start, right here. You will be so glad you did. It's so exciting.
I think it's about 95, 96% positive reviews.
Exactly.
And I was just talking to my goddaughter the other day about that when folks review things, usually they tend to review things
when they're unhappy.
When they're unhappy. And that it's amazing that the reviews are almost unanimously positive. And this is a product what's always exciting for me to offer this in October, because it's always great when someone tries something for the first time and they get that kind of eureka moment with this product, that it's like, wow, this really does make a difference. But when you try it now, because the money-back guarantee lasts, typically we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, plenty of time to see the benefits of this product. But now, it goes till the end of January. So you could try the large size, and you have several months to experience the benefits. And the only thing that's going to be happening is you're going to be looking forward to next year. And what's great about this product, we do this Today Special once a year. And each of the last 2 years, I had said, for the last several years, I had said, the price is going to go up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to preserve this kind of pricing. And here we are again with our best pricing ever. And we still managed to include the free vitamin D as well. And I'm not going to say that next year we're not going to be able to try to do something like this again. Hopefully we'll be able to do exactly the same thing again. But it's astounding to me when I introduced CoQ10 33 years ago, and it was more than 10 times more expensive. Never would I have dreamed that 33 years later, we would offer it at 1/10 the price. God. So to think that CoQ10 went from becoming the most expensive supplement product available to becoming, for us, among the most affordable products we make, especially when you consider this is not just 200 milligrams of CoQ10. This is also 300 milligrams of the most sophisticated vitamin C in each capsule, 100 micrograms of the most sophisticated B12 in each capsule, the same comprehensive sophisticated B complex in each capsule, and the most advanced vitamin D in each capsule as well, 1,000 or 2,000, whatever you choose. To think that you get all of that, it's just absolutely, I'm thrilled. It's the perfect anniversary product for us because it's a way for us to say thank you.
Exactly, and if you can do your $169, to spend $169.90 to get 600 capsules, that's pennies a day. Pennies a day for a supplement that makes such a world of difference. The way you feel, what you're doing for your body. I mean, it's really without a doubt one of the most important things, supplements you can take, period, and especially now that it has vitamin D3 in it. Because Andrew used to always say, he always used to say that if you're gonna buy one of my products, if you're only gonna choose one thing, choose the Coenzyme Q10. And then vitamin D, and you started educating us on the importance of vitamin D, and you said, these two are now neck and neck. If he has to pick two things of his product line that you really need, we all need to be taking,
right.
Those are the two ingredients that you recommended to us if you're only going to pick two things, and now he put them in the same capsule. So if you're going to take one thing from Andrew, you're looking at it right here. I
used to always struggle between whether vitamin D or CoQ10 was the single most important nutrient. Some would say B12 in terms of if you're just going to take a single thing. But what's great today, you don't have to choose. You get vitamin C, you get vitamin D, you get vitamin B12, you get the CoQ10, and you get a full B complex. And also, by the way, the reason why the full B complex with B12 is delivered, because if you understand how Coenzyme Q10 works to deliver its energy benefits, you would be remiss, you'd be negligent in not delivering those other components along with it. Because if you understand its biochemistry in the body, and you also understand the serious insufficiencies and deficiencies of B12 and B complex that exists in this country, you could deliver the best CoQ10 in the world, but probably half to 3/4 of those people are going to be struggling with a deficiency or insufficiency of some of the B vitamins, and therefore that wonderful CoQ10 will not be able to deliver the benefits. That's why we cover all the bases, and that's why this product is virtually perfectly reviewed, and not a few dozen reviews, but a few thousand reviews. So it speaks volumes in terms of the experience you can expect.
It really does. And if you can jump in right now, use express ordering, please, or log on to hsn.com. I'm glad you're up with us tonight, because now you don't have to think about it. If you order it now, you did it. You don't tomorrow, you don't have to worry if you forget to order it, because this happens one day a year. It's a one-time offer. It's only for this 24 hours, and then it expires for a whole year. Andrew doesn't even make a 600 cap size. He doesn't even make the size. He doesn't make this formula. We don't sell this otherwise. We don't sell the Coenzyme Q10 with the vitamin D3 2000 or 1000. We don't offer this formula except for this one day. So it's a very special day to be watching. It's a very special time to get big savings, because again, the vitamin D product by itself would cost over $100. That's $108, just the vitamin D. So it's literally like buying the CoQ10 for $60. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, the vitamin D is $108.
Well, no, because for that, well, true, but for those $60, you're not just getting the CoQ10. You're also getting 300 milligrams of vitamin C, which would sell for more than $60.
Oh, we should have done that chart.
You're also getting a full, yeah, I thought about that we should have had a chart so it's really, we've turned a simple CoQ10 product into sort of a greatest hits. So, and perhaps I now understand why less people need to get our B complex with B12, why less people need to buy our separate vitamin C, why less people need to buy our vitamin, because it's all here, which I'm glad, because I hope, that's why I plan these today specials, because I hope you get as much benefit as you seek from my products, spending as little as possible. And that's the whole concept behind the today's specials. And isn't it true, too,
one of the benefits of taking Andrew's product is when you make a formula like this, you're offering us the right support. Your CoQ10 is going to work better when you are getting these other nutrients and ingredients that will help to set you up for success. Well, also, I mean, CoQ10 doesn't work in a vacuum. And if you understand even just how, if you look at, say, Krebs cycle in your cells, the tricarboxylic acid cycle, even something like riboflavin, which we think of vitamin B2, we don't really give it much thought. But that's, what is it? That's FAD and FADH. That's, what is it? Flavin adenosine dinucleotide. So again, that's something else that's intimately involved in the process that CoQ10 is transporting those electrons, that again is the energy we experience. So, and speaking of energy, and speaking of CoQ10 in the body, there's some more great scientific quotes. The reviews are compelling, and I'll read some of them tomorrow, but the science to me is that's the objective basis upon which this product delivers its benefits. So critical reviews in food science and nutrition. The human body biosynthesizes CoQ10. It means our body makes a little CoQ10, but its endogenous tissue levels, our internal tissue levels, drop progressively with increasing age. As we get older, our CoQ10 levels drop significantly. Coenzyme Q10 is chiefly found in the most active organs like the heart, kidney, and liver, because they never stop working and they are incredibly energy dependent, where an even greater decline can be observed with increasing age. So that even greater decline with an increasing age in terms of CoQ10 in those critical organs, it now explains why those critical organs, as we increase in age, as we age, they don't function as well. Another journal, medical journal, Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers and Prevention, cellular and tissue levels of CoQ10 decrease with age, and cellular levels below a critical threshold are incompatible with life, meaning that CoQ10 must be present for life to exist, and we don't want to see it drop with age. Right.
Nutrition journal. Coenzyme Q10 supplements at a dose of 150 milligrams can decrease oxidative stress and increase antioxidant enzyme capacity or activity. Oddly enough, we just talked about energy production. We're now talking about CoQ10 being among the most potent and powerful antioxidants in our body, more powerful than vitamin C or vitamin E.
200 milligrams.
This is 200. A higher dose of Coenzyme Q10 supplements, higher than 150 milligrams per day, the 200 we're talking about, might promote rapid and sustainable antioxidant reduced oxidative stress. And again, we just talked about that chart, talking about longer lifespan, longer mean lifespan, longer maximum lifespan. From BMC, this is a British medical journal, Complementary and Alternative Medicine. Coenzyme Q10, also known as ubiquinone, is an antioxidant which may act to promote healthy blood pressure by acting directly on vascular endothelium.
Wow.
Antioxidants and sports nutrition. Supplementation with CoQ10 could therefore hypothetically normalize or even enhance physical performance by increasing the CoQ10 content in the mitochondria, and would potentially enhance the oxidative phosphorylation process. And by the way, that I included not because I think everybody watching is an athlete and an elite athlete that wants to perform better, but all of us are physically active, and all of us, as we get older, our CoQ10 levels are decreasing. That physical activity, whether it's walking from your bedroom to the kitchen or whatever it might be, or walking around the grocery store as we get older, that's the exact same concern an athlete might have, but it's an even more quality of life dependent concern for all of us as we get older. So that physical performance implication of CoQ10 is critical for all of us as we get older.
There we go. I'm going to show you one more time. We're so excited you're calling. You can see, look at this, over 12,000 people have already, people wait all year for this today's special. And if you're new to Andrew Lessman, if you're new to his products, this is the perfect time to be watching. It's a perfect time to try your first purchase from Andrew, because you are buying a remarkable product that is a life-changing product that is so beneficial in so many ways. We could honestly talk about this for hours. There's so much information to share. It is not only one of his absolute top sellers, top reorder, and now that you have vitamin D3 in the formula, it makes it even better. So you decide, do you want the 50, the 100, the 200, the 400, or the 600? Remember, if you are buying the 600 caps, if you were buying the 600 caps of the D3 and the CoQ, you would be spending over $500. That would be over $500. Just to show you one more thing.
And that's our normal. This is not.
No, this is today's pricing.
Yeah, so this is something that our pricing on CoQ10 is better than it's ever been. Our pricing on CoQ10, it's considered a great value. You could read the reviews, but just once a year, the efficiency that comes with what we do once a year, the buying power it gives us in terms of purchasing Coenzyme Q10, the efficiency in terms of manufacturing it occurs. Remember, we produce everything. We also produce everything using solar energy, which, by the way, if anyone tells you that alternative energy using solar panels or wind is not an efficient way to produce energy, they're wrong. Because my company has been running on solar energy for almost 20 years, entirely on solar energy for almost 20 years. It's incredibly efficient. In fact, it's so efficient, it helps reduce the cost of our products to you because I don't have a power bill. So again, we do this uniquely. We're an incredibly clean and environmentally responsible company that we're located in Henderson, Nevada. So we make this product, and this once a year event for us, and mind you, we're not clearing out old stock here. This is product that this formula, this today's special, we didn't finalize this until probably 4 or 5 weeks ago. Meaning that a month or so ago, we couldn't even start manufacturing it. So that's how fresh the product is. It might, dare I say, it might be fresher than some of the produce you get at your supermarket. So again, that makes me very proud. We make everything, and once a year we make it so efficiently that this event is an opportunity for you just to experience an incredible ingredient that always was a great value, even though it was among the most expensive products I make. Now it's among the most affordable, so it's an even greater value.
And one of the things that I would love to point out too is you're calling, and if you're saying, well, you know, I've seen CoQ at my grocery store, I've seen it at the health food store. You have to know that this is the best. If you're going to buy CoQ10, this is the world's finest product. There's a lot of synthetic product out there. There's a lot of product. This CoQ10 is manufactured and made in America. and it is the best of the best. So just understand that, because I think a lot of people think, well, I maybe could find it for a little less money. If you're going to buy CoQ10, this is the one you want to be buying, because this is the finest available.
Right, and it's more comprehensive, because even the best CoQ10, if I took the CoQ10 out of this product and I stripped out all the other beneficial ingredients, my special B12, my special B complex, the vitamin C, and we took out the vitamin D, it wouldn't deliver the way this product delivers. The reason why this is the best reviewed CoQ10 you'll find online anywhere in the world is because of the way it's formulated, because of the way we go about making it. It truly delivers. What I was going to do, there are some great charts I have here that speak about fatigue. And fatigue is something that, fatigue's not a disease. It's something we experience. On this chart here, I was actually surprised. It says it's the 7th most common symptom, but I would say even more frequently complained of to doctors. So in current neurovascular research, fatigue is the 7th most common symptom in primary health care. Fatigue is defined physiologically as the inability to maintain the expected power output. I think the reason why it might not be higher than 7th, I think so many of us, as we get older, we just expect we're going to be tired. We don't expect to experience anything other than less energy than we used to experience before. We don't expect, as we get older, to feel better, which is one of the things you read in the reviews that are posted on this and so many of my products, that people feel better now than they did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah. It's amazing. I always say it's amazing how well our body works when we finally deliver what it needs to do the work. Which energy, if you spoke to a chemist or a physicist, energy is the ability to do work. That is what energy is. So whether on a cellular level or whether on a life level, without energy, we do nothing. We can't move around, we can't breathe, our heart's not beating. Every cell in every tissue in our body is responsible for its own energy production. Unlike out in the world here, we have a power plant that distributes energy. There is not a distributed energy system in our body. We distribute the raw materials for energy production, we distribute the fuel, we distribute the oxygen, but we do not distribute the energy.
And is it true, like every little cell has its own little power plant?
Every single cell, a skin cell, a cell in your mitochondrion, a cell in a muscle, every cell in your body, a cell in your kidneys, in your liver, in your pancreas, wherever it might be in your brain. Each of those cells is independently and individually responsible for its own energy production, or it will die, or it will not function well. And that energy is entirely created by the transport of electrons. What does CoQ10 do? It transports electrons. When it's protecting you from damage, what does it do? It's capturing electrons. I mean, CoQ10 is truly just a remarkable molecule, but I was going to read a couple more charts from this ongoing journal. There is evidence that mitochondrial dysfunction, mitochondrion are the power plants in every cell in our body. Every cell in our body has to have mitochondrion producing energy or it's not alive. So mitochondrial dysfunction, when our mitochondrion don't work well, and oxidative stress are directly related to fatigue in humans. Meaning those of us who are more fatigued are experiencing oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, can be. Thus, enhancement of mitochondrial functions with coenzyme Q10 may be an important mechanism by which fatigue can be reduced. From Medical Science Monitor, coenzyme Q10 is critical for the cell power supply in the mitochondria. Neurons require high energy, nerve cells, our brain is made of neurons, require high energy for synaptic transmission. When neurons communicate with one another, they communicate across something called these synapses using neurotransmitters. So that synaptic transmission, it's work. It requires work. Everything that chemically goes on in our body is work. So that synaptic transmission requires energy, and therefore the mitochondrial dysfunction often leads to neuronal degeneration, as observed in many neurological issues. So again, our aging brain, a well-energized brain ages better than a brain that struggles to produce the energy it requires.
So it's so far beyond heart health. I mean, I remember years ago, that's when we kind of focused a lot on heart health. We used to sell this product, and clearly, obviously, it's good, it's healthy for our heart, but it seems that it's for every organ in our body.
Well, the highest concentrations of Coenzyme Q10 are found in our heart muscle, which, by the way, the incredible irony of the fact that if you take a statin drug to lower cholesterol for heart health effectively, if you do that, it lowers CoQ10 levels. Any cardiologist should recommend, if you're taking a statin drug, you must be taking CoQ10. If you're taking beta blockers, diuretics, if you're taking certain medications to lower blood pressure, most of those medications also effectively lower CoQ10 levels. So again, you're doing these things to ensure healthier heart, healthier myocardium, healthier cardiac function. And by suppressing or reducing CoQ10 levels or inhibiting CoQ10 synthesis, you're undermining healthy cardiac function. Because the myocardium is the most energy-intensive organ in the body, right there with the brain. And it's constantly beating. We might think that, we go to sleep, the world stops. Not at all. We go to sleep, our heart is still beating, our brain is still working. In fact, dreaming and all of those things, our brain is very active neurologically as part of the rewiring and healing process, the recuperation process that goes on while we sleep. Again, that might be a restful process, but it is an active, hard work process that requires adequate energy production while you sleep. Energy is an active process. Sleeping is an active process in our body that requires energy. So again, don't...
Isn't that amazing?
Don't be misled by the fact...
Yeah, it's not like everything just shuts down for the night.
Oh, no. Our body is working hard at night, making sure that we're going to be able to show up effectively the next day. And that is a very active healing process, a very active regeneration and recuperative process. And guess what? That requires enormous amounts of energy. And that's where CoQ10 once again comes in.
There we go. We're so happy. You're up with us. You're watching. There's a clock on your screen. We have only a few more minutes to talk about it in this presentation. So if you're just stopping in, if you're on the West Coast and you're just stopping in to see our today's special for the first time, it's Andrew's 21st anniversary at HSN. In 21 years, Andrew has become our most popular line of products, not only the top sellers, but the top reorder products, the lowest return products. So if you're ever going to try something from Andrew Lessman from HSN, this is a wonderful place to start because you're looking at his bestseller. This is his bestseller, his most recommended product. It's the most incredibly reviewed product, thousands and thousands of perfect 5-star reviews on this product. And for this one day, Andrew puts vitamin D in the formula. It's vitamin D3. You can decide how much you want in that formula. You can do no vitamin D if you'd like to. He has just the CoQ by itself. That's 200 milligrams. You can also do 200 milligrams of CoQ with the vitamin D3 1000 or the vitamin D3 2000. Most people are going with the vitamin D3 2000. Why not? I take 4,000 vitamin D every single day, so now I don't have to buy that for a whole, I mean, that's 600 capsules. That's almost a whole year that I don't have to buy, that we don't have to buy our vitamin D because it's in there.
And a lot of folks who might be taking 2 of these a day, and some people do.
I do.
You just get the CoQ with 1,000 IU, so then you're getting your 2,000. Depending on how much vitamin D you take every day, you just can adjust, you could adjust it accordingly. You take 4,000.
I do.
So yeah, so the 2,000 is perfect.
Yeah, and my vitamin D is right where I want it.
And it's funny, I was thinking before, a number of years ago when we did, I think it was a 90 milligram CoQ10. We had a 60 as a standard, we did a 90 milligram for today's special. And the large size was 360 capsules. That large size was $249.
Wow.
So that was a today's special. So mind you, remember, today's special was great savings at that time. So, and that was probably only 8 or 10 years ago. So the savings today that CoQ10 is within everyone's reach, and even if, say, even at pennies a day, this is too expensive, this is so high potency and delivers so well with all these other ingredients, you could take this every other day. I certainly recommend taking it every day. That's how it's intended to be taken. With the value that we present today, it's less than half its normal cost. It's less than 1/10 the cost of when I introduced it, meaning that when I introduced this if you were getting this quantity when I introduced it 33 years ago, this amount of CoQ10 with all the other ingredients would have cost more than $1,500, would have cost close to $2,000.
Look, this is back in 2011. This chart goes back to when we sold this in 2011. The identical offer would have been $833.
Right.
That's amazing.
Oh, so we've done some wonderful, exciting things that we have. We have wonderful relationships with the serious companies that make the most important nutrients, and my job is to convince them that it's in their best interest to support us, and in supporting us, in their best interest to support you. And then we go about making this as efficiently as possible. We do these live remotes at our facility, and you see, first of all, how impeccable our facility is, but how we are designed to really respond to these events where we have these exceptionally large blenders that allows us to blend all of these ingredients. We use no additives. We're in the high desert in Nevada because the low humidity allows us to make this incredibly efficiently. All of that just relates to how affordable we can make this for you.
That's it. So come on in.
I just realized I didn't read a single review.
And
maybe I'll grab some reviews because the reviews are so
We should take
compelling.
a peek because it really is fun to hear people. You know, the best part about it is you notice a difference when you take this. This is quality of life. If you are feeling fatigued, if you're feeling tired, if you feel like you're just dragging around and you want to give yourself some get up and go without having to eat a candy bar or drink a cup of coffee, this is a feel the difference product. You feel a sense of energy and well-being when you take it. And the longer you take it, the better you feel. And that's why we all love it so much. And we wait all year for this to come back. So it's here right now for this one day and one day only. You owe it to yourself. We're coming into a time of year when a lot of us are under more stress. We all are, right? Our lives are busier. It's a stressful world we live in right now. So there's more stress than ever before. Every time you turn on the radio, every time you turn on the television, it's like, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot for all of us to absorb and to take in. And I think a lot of us have, you know, it stays on your mind. I mean, it's stressful what's happening in this world. Right?
Someone was recently saying to me that they think from just watching the news, they're suffering basically from PTSD.
Yeah.
That the news is designed to be so provocative that it's beyond almost our sensibilities to be able, and not really having anything to do with whatever political slant. It's just the news is provocative no matter what you're going to observe. So it's something that we contend with stress on a daily basis. What I was going to read is just a couple of more charts in terms of the science on CoQ10, and then I had a couple of reviews that I grabbed.
Excellent.
So this is from Molecular Neurobiology. Administration of CoQ10 has positive mood enhancing effects, which isn't surprising just if you look at its relationship to neurological function, nerve function, nervous system function, and energy.
Right.
CoQ10 treatment significantly reduces fatigue and improves ergonomic performance. Ergonomic is work-related performance during exercise, and thus may have potential in alleviating the exercise intolerance and exhaustion displayed by people with fatigue-related symptoms. That's, fatigue-related symptoms, also the elderly. It's energy tends to be a limiting factor in how we enjoy life. So this is from Biochimica and Biophysica Acta. I think that's an Italian medical journal. Probably said that with a French accent. When I try to speak Spanish or Italian, I speak it with a French accent.
It's fantastic. I love it.
But that's only because I speak French.
It sounded Japanese.
It sounded Japanese. Well, no, that's not Japanese.
What? Okay.
That's biochemistry.
That's your Italian accent.
That's biochemistry and biophysics.
Okay.
That's a journal from Italy.
Okay.
Low levels of CoQ10 were consistently associated with fatigue. Coenzyme Q10, we know that CoQ10 levels go down with age, with stress, with less than ideal diet, with smoking, with most medications we take. CoQ10 was the most studied mitochondrial enzyme where reduced plasma levels of CoQ10 were found in the fatigued populations compared to healthy controls. So even in large population studies. So a few reviews. We didn't do any. Definitely a winner for me. My doctor recommended CoQ10 because I have difficulty with higher dose statins. I chose the Lessman brand. Again, that's a doctor that recognizes taking that drug lowers CoQ10. Also, most folks, when you introduce CoQ10, side effects that might have been experienced previously go away. So definitely talk to your doctor about that. There's all sorts of clinical studies and medical research that he could find or she can find online or at the National Institute of Health database that will show that those side effects are reduced in the presence of CoQ10 supplementation. But again, I defer you to your doctor. But my doctor recommended CoQ10 because I have difficulty with higher dose statins. I chose the Lessman brand because of the quality and was happy to see it contains vitamin B12. After taking it for 2 weeks, I definitely have a higher level of energy. No more mid to late afternoon slumps in energy. I will definitely keep taking this product from Ginger in North Carolina.
Excellent, Ginger.
The best on the market. I've been taking Coenzyme Q10 200 along with Andrew's other vitamins and supplements since the beginning of time. That's how long I've been making vitamins. I like the capsules, freshness of the product, special pricing on his visits, and integrity of his company. I'm 67 and attribute my good health to taking this and his products since he started with HSN. That would be 21 years. The benefit for me is being healthy and not having to take any pharmaceutical medications. Thank you, Andrew, for helping me to stay healthy, from Lois in Florida.
Wonderful,
Believer.
Lois.
How eloquently written are these reviews?
No, I said that earlier.
I have always been a skeptic when it comes to supplements. Like many people, over the years, I would buy a bottle here and there from my local drugstore of a supplement, but I did not completely trust that I was getting what was written on the label, nor was I comfortable that they were working as stated. Andrew's supplements are unbelievable and the only ones I will buy. After reading extensively about CoQ10 and the benefits of supplementing with it, I ordered this from Andrew. I feel better and know my health, which is a precious gift. It's the most precious gift we have, is better. I never felt differently when I used other manufacturers' products. You can feel the difference with these. I am definitely a believer now.
Very nice.
Coenzyme Q10, absolutely the best out there. Thanks once again, Andrew Lessman, for bringing us the treasure better than gold and making it affordable for all. The good you will do will never go unnoticed. If you've never tried Andrew's vitamins, start with this and the aloe and omega-3.
That's great.
Another great product from Andrew. If I don't take anything else for some reason, I make sure I take this every day. I've taken and trusted Andrew's products for years and will continue taking and recommending them. I've referred dozens of people to Andrew's vitamins. We'll just do a couple more. Heart healthy. I continue to use CoQ10 and I'm amazed at the great results. I feel more energized and my health is much better. I've not taken my pressure medicine in 3 months and my pressure continues to be normal. So I am, and of course, don't go off your blood pressure medication without working with your doctor, checking with your doctor, but that's something we've heard from a number of people as well. But again, work with your doctor in that regard. One more. Almost as important as the air I breathe, reluctantly I take a statin drug for hypercholesterolemia, that's high cholesterol level. Due to that fact, Coenzyme Q10 is essential for me. It's essential for anyone taking a statin drug and so many other medications like diuretics and beta blockers. I don't know how I would have enough energy to get out of bed in the morning without it. The statin causes me to feel lethargic. I take 400 milligrams a day. If I could budget in more, I would take another 200 milligrams a day. I will never be without this product. That's from Paula Susan in Florida, which, by the way, today you get 600 milligrams for the price of 200 milligrams.
That's exactly right. All right, I know we have to wrap this up, but if you're ordering it, thank you so much. We are busy still taking your phone calls. Pick the size, pick the amount of vitamin D you'd like in the formula, but we have one more item we'd like to squeeze in before this hour is through. We're going to talk for a moment about omega-3. I think that this is a product that works hand in hand. I think you told us once that when you take your CoQ10, you should always take that with a little bit of fat.
You pay attention. It's something
Are you kidding? I'm your best student.
I know. I have like a cabinet at your house.
Exactly. No, you have an entire pantry.
Oh, it's good.
So you have your own room.
If I could be paying rent soon.
I could put a little cot in there. You could like stay there if you wanted to.
I don't stay at a hotel anymore when I come here. But that's exactly what I do at home. If, say, I decide during the day to take extra CoQ10 or something like that, I will take it with a capsule of omega-3. CoQ10 is always best absorbed in the presence of fat. Our CoQ10 is delivered in a fashion that makes it incredibly affordable. You don't have to do all the crazy things where people are adding all sorts of strange additives and molecules to supposedly make it more absorbable. CoQ10 is incredibly well absorbed with just a bit of fat present, like our omega-3s. Or anyone else's omega-3s for that matter. Just our omega-3s will not upset your stomach, will have no fishy aftertaste, smaller, easy to swallow capsule, environmentally harvested. They're not an assault on our environment, which a lot of omega-3s out there are. They're fishing for omega-3s when fisheries are vulnerable, and they should not be doing that. Ours have no contaminants, and as I said, zero fishy aftertaste. There's no omega-3 like it in the world, and it really is for heart health. When it comes to, when we look at, there's two products of mine that we could talk in terms of blood pressure, blood cholesterol, blood sugar, and triglycerides. Triglycerides especially with omega-3s. But there's two products I make that you could talk in terms of supporting healthy levels of all four of those characteristics: blood pressure, blood sugar, blood cholesterol, and blood triglycerides. That's our Coenzyme Q10, which I should have spoken about that when we spoke about it, but I didn't. But that's our Coenzyme Q10 and also our omega-3s. The two together, it's sort of, in terms of supplementation, it'll be a dream for your cardiologist.
For sure. A 30, 60, 180, or 360 count is what we're